In this video, I want to talk about the circle of fifths, what it is, how it's used, and simplify it a little bit for you all because it's quite a useful tool when it comes to modulation, whether you're improvising, composing, or analyzing a piece of music. Now, in tonal harmony, when you're modulating between keys, it helps to have a pivot chord, which is basically a bridge between where you currently are and where you're going. And that pivot chord can be one of many things. It could be a common chord between the two keys, or it could be a chord that's slightly altered from your home key that fits really nicely into the destination key. That being said, there are certain chords and certain tricks that you can use to modulate in different ways. One of them is using the circle of fifths. So really quickly, the circle of fifths. It's basically a diagram that organizes key centers in a circle. At the top, there's C major or no sharps, no flats. On the right, there are sharp keys, and on the left, there are flat keys. And it's the circle of fifths because it goes from C to G to D and so on and so forth. As a line, let's say a bass line, it's commonly found in rising pairs of fourths, like this, that descend, or fifths. In the context of chord progressions, you see the circle of fifths in many different varieties. One is diatonic, where the chords fit in to the chords of the key. So here are the diatonic chords of C major, and they will be used on top of C, F, B, E, A, D, G, C. Another way that you commonly see it is to have all of the chords be dominant seventh chords. And additionally, we also commonly find it in a progression of 5/1s. So 5/1, 5/1, 5/1. So we're in C major. And from here, say that we start the circle of fifths on this chord. So just make this F into an F dominant. We can arguably stop at any point. And now we can even say stop on F sharp major. And as long as we establish the key after we get there, we've now modulated. Now, a slightly different harmonic context. We are in F major. Just establish the key and start a progression here. Maybe something like that. Now we are in position to establish G flat major or F sharp major. Now here's a beautiful example of how Chopin uses it in his Etude Opus 10 number 1. To make the harmony clearer, I'm going to reduce the arpeggios into chords. So there are two circle of fifths present in this etude. Here's the first one, and it's made up of all dominant seventh chords. Immediately following that, there's a progression that is using diatonic chords. Now going back to this first progression in the etude, there are all these chords inserted between the chords of the progression, which adds tension. You can view these as separate chords, but really functionally they're just non-chord tones suspended and resolving into each chord. So all in all, I think it really helps to be familiar with the circle of fifths. It can be used in many different contexts, and it can help you out in terms of understanding many different concepts and help you come up with ideas for writing and improvising. I hope that helped, and I'll see you very soon.